welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be doing this Caught in the Storm inspired makeup, and this is actually inspired by Jeremy Jordan's song from, I think it was Smash, and he sings it and it's called Caught in the Storm. And this was back when I lived in Los Angeles and I found a lot of makeup inspiration through music. And funny story is I actually tried to create this look back over a year ago in Los Angeles, and this is how it turned out. And I never posted it anywhere because I wasn't proud of it, so I knew I just would want to, you know, recreate it in a month or so, and then it was 2 months, and it was 3 months, and now it's like an entire year later. So it's really interesting to see how much I've improved, and so I'm really proud of how this came out. Trick: be more subtle, don't always go for the harsh colors. And so I'm really happy with how this turned out, and that was actually inspired by two makeup artists. One was VenomousVanity and the other was James Charles. Now this was actually the OG James Charles version, but now he did it recently again, so I kind of got to see like what he improved on to see what I also would need to improve on as well. So it was kind of a 2-for-1. It was really helpful. So these were my inspiration pictures because I knew I wanted to do a storm themed makeup look because the idea behind the music was so amazing, so I definitely wanted to try and translate that on myself. And James Charles and VenomousVanity had already done it, so I was kind of thinking like, hey, why not like recreate this, but also kind of throw my own reasoning behind it, if that makes sense. So also I am going to be doing a talk through tutorial with this. Normally with my body paints I like to do a voiceover just because I feel like for the viewer it kind of goes by faster and it's easier and all of that stuff, but because I'm filming this Sunday night and this needs to be up on Monday, aka today for you guys watching, I definitely needed to kind of figure out a way to make it so I can edit the video quicker because it is actually currently 3:46 in the morning. You know, it's just kind of been a busy spring break and a busy weekend, and I've enjoyed time with my family, so now I'm getting back on it and I just kind of needed a way to be able to edit faster. So okay, yeah, so now without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So to start off, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my face is clean, and I'm just using my Thayer's Witch Hazel, and I am using the lavender scent because personally I just like that. I feel like it's nice and relaxing. I feel like they have another one too. Part of me wants to say it's cucumber or something like that, but either way, I absolutely love it. It's just so refreshing, and it's definitely nice to see all the excess oils and makeup that it gets off because I start to realize how dirty of a person I am, and I don't want to live that lifestyle anymore. That's disgusting. Okay, so once that is done, I'm just going to be taking my Eminence Clear Skin Probiotic Moisturizer. I ordered this from Nigel's Beauty Emporium online. They do have it in stores as well. And I actually started using this because my mom got a facial one time and the lady used this on her, so she got some. I love it because it's so organic and natural and it just smells so nice. So I like to jump between this one and my Philosophy Hope in a Jar for dry skin. I absolutely just love both of these, so it kind of just depends. And I'm just going to use a little bit because I'm just going to hop in the shower and wash all this off when I'm done. So I'm just going to take it primarily on my nose because that is literally the driest part of my entire body. Next, I'm going to be taking my NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over my face just so it can fill in my pores and give a nice base for my foundation. Okay, now real fast, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for Dark Circles. This is in the color medium, and I'm just going to go ahead and spot that all over my blemishes just to try and help conceal them a little bit more. So next, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Foundation in Medium Sand and my Morphe E31 buffing brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and buff this into my skin. And now since I only have a general idea of where I'm going to be having the eyeshadow, I'm just going to go ahead and take my concealer and lightly conceal everywhere that I normally would, and you know, hopefully we're just not wasting too much product under the eyes. But the reason I'm doing this is because I don't know how far down I want to bring the eyeshadow, or even at the moment like what direction I want it to go. So I do want to have my base prepared for when I move on to doing the eyeshadow. So I'm just taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, this is in the color 15, and I'm just going to lightly apply this to the areas that I would normally highlight. Now, the thing with this product is it's absolutely amazing, but a little goes a long way. So you really don't need that much because once you start to blend it out, it's like a foundation. It's insane. Okay, so now we're just going to let this sit and sink into our skin a little bit, and I'm going to go fill in my eyebrows while I'm waiting for that to happen, so I will see you guys shortly. Okay, so before we move on, I know that I'm going to be covering up my eyebrows with makeup anyways, and you know, we're really not even going to get to see it, but what this does is it creates the shape of the eyebrow that you're going to still be able to see through the makeup, which is what I want. I don't want to just have no eyebrows whatsoever. I kind of am looking for more of what James Charles did, how you can see the eyebrow through the makeup, just so it gives more shape to my face. So now that I've done that, I'm going to be taking my ColourPop F5 blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend out my concealer. So next I'm going to be taking my Airspray translucent powder and a dry Morphe sponge, and I'm just going to go ahead and bake this a little bit. While I'm waiting for this to bake, I'm going to go ahead and take some of my Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer, and I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids, just because even though this isn't going to stay on for long, I do want it to look presentable, and I don't want my eyelids to start to get oily and then the pigment isn't there, so I'm just going to take a little bit. Next, I'm going to go ahead and just brush off my excess translucent powder. So next I'm going to be going into my Lorac Pro 3 palette, and I'm going to be dipping into Snow on a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone, just because, you know, I don't want to have to go back over the gray later on to try and highlight it. If I kind of have this base now and I work around it, then we will definitely have that pop that I'm looking for. Next, I'm just going to make sure to go ahead and blend this out. I'm using my Morphe G24, and this is one of my favorite blending brushes ever. So if you have the chance to order from Morphe, I would definitely recommend getting this brush. I actually just ordered 2 more because I absolutely love them so much. Next, I'm going to be dipping into Mist, which we are basically going to be using throughout the entirety of this makeup look. So I'm just going to be dipping into that, tapping off the excess, and applying that into the crease. And yes, we are going to be going back over the rest of the face later, but I definitely want to make sure that the eye makeup not necessarily stands out, but has the dimension I'm looking for, and I just build off of that. And once again, I'm just going to be blending that out. I'm also going to be applying mist to the outer and inner corner of the eye, leaving the middle of the lid open, kind of creating the halo eye illusion. Next, I'm going to be going back into Snow and applying that to the center of the eye. Next, I'm going back in with Mist and just applying that to the crease. Okay, so we are going to be adding a little bit more dimension to the eye area later, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to applying the gray eyeshadow around the rest of my face. So once again, I'm just going to be taking Mist and just literally kind of lightly flicking it out and starting to create the shape that I want. Honestly, I'm probably just going to play some music during this because, yes. Okay, so the most important thing about this look, in my opinion, is to definitely start with the lighter colors and work your way up to the darker colors, just so you can get that nice gradient, because otherwise it's gonna look patchier than you would want, because of course their storm clouds are gonna be patchy, but it's gonna be more uneven and it's gonna be unbalanced. So if that's your kind of style, go for it. But now I'm actually going to go back to my eyes, and I'm going to be taking Glacier, and this is a MAC 219 brush, and I'm just going to be applying this into the crease and just deepening it up a little bit. I think one of the best things about this look is you can have fallout and it doesn't take away from the look. So next I'm just going to go ahead and keep going with the eyes, and I'm going to be taking Deep Fog and doing the same thing. I'm also going to take Glacier and Deep Fog and apply that to my lower lash line as well. Okay, so now I'm going to be going back into Glacier and I'm going to be adding more detail and dimension to all of the areas that I already have some of the mist. And you know, I'm really just going to be sporadically adding it, kind of trying to create a nice gradient. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip in and start going in with that. Next, I'm just going to be doing the exact same thing, are you seeing a pattern, with Deep Fog and just building up that color even more. Okay, so because I want a little bit more dimension, I'm going to be going into dark navy, I think, and we're gonna see how this goes. I'm just gonna be taking this stiff, fluffy brush and let's just test the waters, why don't we? Okay, I kind of dig this. Okay, we're gonna keep doing this. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my NYX Epic Ink eyeliner and I'm just going to tightline my upper lash line just so I can get, you know, a little bit more of a bold look around my eyes, but I don't want to do a winged liner to where it completely takes away of the idea that I have for this makeup look. And because I am a weirdo and I've been tossing around the idea of what I want to do for my lower waterline, I didn't want to do black and I didn't want to do white, so I'm going to do both, which I've never done before, so it's likely not even going to stay because at some point they're likely going to blend together, but I'm just kind of going for that ombre lower lash line. So I'm going to be doing white in the very inner to the center of the lower waterline, and then I'm going to be going in with my L'Oreal Silk Kiss Me eyeliner in charcoal, and I'm going to be doing the outer corner towards the middle and just kind of blending them in at that point. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it a lot, so yay. Now we're going to be taking a break from our eyes, which I know we just keep going back and forth, but I didn't want to put mascara and lashes on and then have that possibly like impede with me trying to do the lightning strokes, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to that. And the problem with this is I do not have a steady hand, so in order to try and make it as steady as possible, I'm actually going to be using the NYX White Liquid Liner, and hopefully that helps a little bit as opposed to using an artist brush, because for some reason I'm struggling with those getting really thin lines, so I think I might have better luck with this one. So let's see how this goes. Basically, I'm just going to be creating really random squiggly lines and trying to taper them to a point at the very end and make them thinner so that it looks like a realistic lightning strike. I'm also going to be looking back at the James Charles photos just so I can kind of get the idea of where I want to place them. Okay. Oh, wait, no, we can't. I was like, we can work with this, but we can't. Or maybe we can. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now that I have my lightning strikes on me, I do realize that some areas could have a little bit more contour and definition. So I'm just going to be going back in with this blue Morphe brush, and I'm going to be going into dark navy and just darkening it up a little bit, but trying to avoid the lightning strikes. Next, I'm finally going to be moving on to lashes. So I'm going to prep them by taking my Tarte Lash Curler, and then I'm going to be taking my Tarte Tardiest Lash Paint, and I'm going to just sweep that through my lashes. And while this is happening, I'm just going to be letting my Spooky Fright Night lashes by Ardell, I got these back in Halloween, don't judge me. I think I'm going to be using these, so I'm going to let the glue get tacky on that. And so yeah, just come along with me in this lashy journey. Since I am still waiting for the eyelashes to get tacky, I thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of highlighting. So I'm going to be going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, taking Star. I'm going to be tapping off the excess. I just have this on a fluffy crown brush. This is the BK30 Deluxe Blending Fluff. So I'm just going to be applying that to my nose and my upper lip. I'm also going to be applying that to the inner corner of my eye as well. I'm also going to be going back into Star, and I'm going to be applying it in certain areas of the lightning bolts, just because I feel like just having the white liner doesn't give as much of an impact as I would like. I feel like there would always be a little bit of a glow around it, so I'm just going to apply that lightly around, but you don't want to make it blurry. You still want it to have the stark white look to it, but you do want there to be a faint glow around it. And now the false lashes are ready to apply. And last but not least, I'm going to be taking my NYX Epic Ink Liner and just applying it to the band so it helps blend the fake lashes in with my natural lashes. And I'm even going to go an extra step and take my mascara and blend it into my lashes as well. And this is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see next. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Also, please check out Jeremy Jordan's song down below. I will leave it linked because, once again, that is what initially inspired this, and then the other amazing makeup artists came to follow after that. So definitely check out the song. You guys won't regret it. It is so amazing. Jeremy Jordan is so talented. So with all of that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.